All right, what's up, my friends? Tay Nix here back again. In this video series, I'm talking about and walking you through the front end, back end flywheel. I haven't really figured out a more clever name for it than that, but this front end, back end flywheel idea is something that, first of all, that I built my career on. I did it as an employee at a big independent financial research publisher, where I did almost $40 million in sales. These people really, really got this down to a science. But you don't need 100 people in a marketing department and a big publishing company with a bunch of different moving parts and all the personnel that an operation like that has. You don't need all of that in order to get this right. Mostly what it takes to get your front end, back end flywheel spinning so that your business really, really gears up and scales up and you make tons and tons of money in sales and you can reach a huge wide audience quickly, it's mostly anchored in psychology. You have to know how to identify the important first thing. The front end is the minimum viable solution you could sell to somebody that gets them some kind of improvement in their situation, whatever their pain point is. The last video, or the first video I did on this, talked about health. This extends not just for any health condition you can think of, whether it's bad prostate or skin cancers or whatever, right? You should stay away from cancer. Actually, you'll get sued or the AMA will come after you. But my point is, any health problem that you can come up with, whether you're selling supplements, whether you're a health coach, whether you're offering Pilates, or whether you're like an individual success coach, all of that still fits under the same framework of, hey, here's a person with a problem or an obstacle to their advancement. What's the minimum thing that I could offer them on the front that's valuable enough that they would actually spend some money that then allows you to liquidate your ad spend for finding these people. And then if you've done this correctly, and that's what we're talking about here, how to get the psychology of what you're going to offer these people right, so that you offer them just enough to get I mean, nothing says trust me like, hey, I already helped you. Do you want what I have on the back end? Okay, so let's talk about how to parse front end and back end ideas. I showed you an example, and I'm going to get back to that in a second, and we're going to go forward. But I showed the example of my acid reflux info product funnel. What we offered them on the front end was the minimum thing that I could do that I knew would give a huge number of people really, really satisfactory kind of relief quickly, sometimes like in one day, where they start noticing like, wow, this really is different. This is amazing. There's no question that my acid reflux is improving. That's the kind of effect you want to have. You can do that by teaching them. I'll talk about here like e-com and supplements and stuff in a second. You can do that by teaching them what's not true. In other words, here's the conventional wisdom. This is why your acid reflux won't go away. That's essentially what I did in that front end product offering, which was, I know you think you understand acid reflux, but do you really? Because these 14 or 15 myths, whatever I got it up to there, are false, right? If you believe this, if you believe what your doctors told you, there's no chance you're going to heal. This is why like you're not improving and that this condition continues to worsen or won't go away year after year. You can't keep taking pills. Like, position everything that I was doing against the conventional approach for something like acid reflux. You can do that with almost any situation, almost any condition, almost any obstacle, almost anything that people are dealing with could be. You could offer a solution that is positioned against the conventional approach, the conventional wisdom. And then what you want to focus on for the front end is what's the minimum viable offering that would bring this person that I'm trying to reach, my target audience, a actual satisfactory outcome. Doesn't mean that, and obviously you don't want that. In fact, you want to choose something that's deep enough, difficult enough of a problem for enough people so that the market is broad, but also so that you can go very deep into your solution for this, where it's not really possible to give them everything that they would need to solve every part of their complex problem in one simple offering. Okay, and that they know that. Like, so in my example here, and I'm going to give you others, but we're sticking with health now because it's so easy to illustrate. You take something like chronic digestive illness. Well, chronic digestive illness is insanely complex. So we can position it against conventional thinking. The conventional medical model has really nothing that they can do to help you. They can give you steroids, they can give you acid blockers, they can give you all these things that sort of string you along, but they will never solve your problem. Okay, that's an easy thing for people to see and to believe. In fact, they already understand that that's going to be the case because most of them have gone to doctors over and over again. Okay, this is why the health thing is such an easy market or such an easy niche. If you're creating a front end and a back end, you can do this with almost anything. So what I did was, well, here's the things they're telling you that are wrong. This is what you need to understand about how your digestion really works. And if you try a couple of these 4 or 5 simple tweaks, you're going to find out actually that your digestion is going to respond to what I'm telling you to do, not to the things that your doctor has told you over and over again, which generally comes down to take this pill. Okay. So, parsing the front end, back end idea, minimum viable solution that you could offer. And then, right, in the back end, we want to really hit them. We want to really lay on like the depth. Here's where you get the flex, your expertise. The hard part for people, especially coaches, business owners, anybody who's trying to figure this out is when you have knowledge of a specific type about a specific topic, it is not easy. And I know this from experience because I was in medicine. I didn't start out as a copywriter and a guy helping people market their businesses. I started out in medicine and I had to backtrack and realize that all the things that I knew were definitely not obvious to other people. And that's a very, very hard process where you have to untangle your own expertise from what normal people are going to understand. This is why I had a mentor who helped me with this, because he really helped me to understand, among other things, he helped me to see that my knowledge and my expertise on this topic was so deep that it wasn't easy to extract out the front end. And that's how you should think about it. Like you're extracting out a very small, select slice of your knowledge and expertise that you can put together that, and you can't bullshit about this. Like it actually has to be something that really, truly helps. It's better if it's kind of revolutionary, like, oh my God, I've never seen this before. Like you want people to have that reaction if you can do it without being hypey and sort of phony about it. Because there's very little that's new under the sun, right? In my case, right, I was taking a very old, very ancient approach to healing digestive illness that it's true. If you studied medicine the way I did, you might have come across some pieces of this, but nobody's going to put the whole thing together for you the way I'm going to put it together for you, which is, look, if you don't know anything about medicine, if you don't understand anything about digestion, I'm going to teach you how to understand this topic, and you will have enough expertise to actually help yourself. And I'm going to do that all in about 24 to 48 hours, where you could get through the front end piece of information that I'm giving you, and you will notice a difference, and you will be happy that you did this. I guarantee it, money back guarantee, et cetera, right? All the things you would normally put on any kind of product or info product solution, e-com kind of sale, okay? So that's parsing the front end. Now the back end, we're gonna dive deep, and we're gonna dive deep by trying to really, I'm not saying here you wanna impress your prospect. I'm not saying here that you want to, they should be set up to understand that, of course, there's more to teach you. Of course, I have more to help you with. Of course, I can't show you everything. One of the easy ways to do this as a business owner is create your front end, whatever that offer is, whatever field you're in, whatever you're doing, whether you're a coach, whatever your niche, like whatever you're trying to help people with, create it as here's what not to do. In other words, like, here's what you should prohibit, right? Because with something like health, this is very easy to do because it's like, there's 2 aspects to your healing, right? First of all, we got to get you to stop doing the things that are causing the problem. So with digestive illness, it's like, I know you think you should eat these things. I know you think these solutions help you. They're not helping you. They're actually making you sicker. So let's put a stop to that stuff. And then the back end becomes, here's all the different ways that you can, like in my example here, combine foods. This is how you apply supplements. I don't actually sell supplements. So all I'm teaching them is like, well, you might have heard of this supplement, but are you taking it the right way? Are you taking it at the right time? Are you taking it for the right foods, for the right symptoms, right? If supplements are going to help you, they have to help with something specific, right? Has anyone told you this? No, you didn't know that, right? So where I'm applying expertise all the way down the line of like, what to eat, how to combine foods, how to eat, in what order should you eat, right? All the different things that really show that not only that I'm a super expert on this topic, but that also will bring good results for people. This is your back end, is really your opportunity to wow your audience. Okay. And the copy, let me just show you here how I put that together. I'm gonna have to pause the video to show you the sales copy for that, and sort of how I position front end versus back end. But the copy naturally leads to, they purchase the front end and now they see the upsell. Hold on. Do you want even more help? Like, do you want all my help that I can give you to help solve all of your digestive condition for the rest of your life, right? And it's true. Some people go, oh, I didn't realize there was going to be something else. How many more things do I have to buy? It's like, well, but that's very rare. It's less than, it's 1/10 of 1% of all the people who see the back end actually have that reaction and think to send me an email and say something about it. It's like, well, look, you have to understand, right? Something like digestive illness is complicated, and you can apply this kind of thinking, right, to whatever it is that you're also offering to your market. Look, I'm giving you something that's very easy to help you quickly, but obviously there's more that we have to do. We have to go deeper. If you really want to master this topic, and you do, right? You want to get better, right? Like, you want to solve your digestive problems for good, right? Like, you don't want this coming back. You don't want to have partial knowledge. You don't want to have a partial recovery. You don't want to have a partial solution. You want everything that you need so that you never need to do this again. You've solved it not just once, but once and for all. Okay. And that's really what the back end is designed to do. So in a coaching situation, for example, I'll show you the sample page here in a second. But say you're a coach, like a wellness coach or a success coach or what have you. Maybe your survey and the thing that you're offering on the front end is, maybe it's a 90-minute session for, sort of let's go on a date. Let's test each other out here and see if my approach is good for you. And maybe you charge them, I don't know, $47, right, to have a session with you that's specifically designed to overcome their limiting beliefs or whatever. Fine. Okay, now we're liquidating our front end ad spend. Now we got people coming in the door. We're actually getting paid a little bit, or at least, right, breaking even as we build the list, which is the whole point. The list is the lifeblood of the business, right? That's the main element of the flywheel. Once you get the flywheel spinning, you have so many people coming in the door that are not costing you anything to now acquire, that it's very easy to run them through your back end offer and all the various upsells that come after that. That's where we're going with this front end, back end flywheel. But now we're going to take them to the back end and show them, okay, well, now you've seen how I work. You understand some of the ways that I can help you get over your limiting beliefs. And now I'm going to give you a structure and a framework that helps you really kick ass in 2024, whatever it is that you're offering them as a coach, that's going to help them really put their life together. Okay, so that they really are aimed towards success, and that they're not losing, right, time and money and sleep and stress and all the rest for something that's not working for them anymore. Okay, so your back end is where you really get the flex, and you can kind of dunk on your audience and just show them exactly how expert you are and how awesome your entire offering, your whole suite of solutions might be for that. So let me pause the video here, pull up the screen share, and show you exactly how this looks. Okay, I showed you this page. This is the front end, okay? Phase one, right? Here's how I'm gonna help you quickly. Here's some people talking about it, right? I'm not gonna charge you what I charged when I taught doctors this stuff. I'm not charging you that much money. It's very, very simple. It's one payment, $47. You can't go wrong. Yes, I want this. And then right away, they are going to see right away, they're going to see the upsell offer, which is here. Okay, complete freedom from acid reflux and the rest of your digestive conditions. And basically, this is a very short sales page where I'm just taking them through lots of testimonials in here. Don't just solve your acid reflux by learning what's on the front end. Solve your digestive illness for the rest of your life. Okay, and then in this funnel, And here again, so I want you to be able to think sort of parallel to what I'm teaching you so that you can apply it. Like, this is not about how to do a product on acid reflux. That's not what I'm teaching you here. What I'm showing you here is that you can take any condition, you can take, excuse me, guys. I could pause this, but then it's, hang in there. Thank you. The point here is you can take any situation, any pain point, any audience. If you have a viable market and you have a viable solution for that market, okay, baby, then all you need to do on the back end is put all the various solutions that you could provide. Whereas your front end, again, is the one simple thing that you could offer them quickly that is going to give them some kind of relief. So in this case, in our example here, where I'm talking about digestive health, what I'm really sharing with people is like, do you know how to combine foods? Do you know how to combine foods for your symptoms? What happens when your symptoms shift? What do you do then, right? You can't eat the same food combinations that helped you 2 weeks ago. You now have to change to what your new symptoms are. Do you understand how to use supplements? Do you understand what order to eat foods in? Do you understand how to do this, X, Y, Z, right? Here's some sample, here's some example recipes. This is me in the kitchen cooking, right? So there's all kinds of tabs and columns where I'm breaking down the various things. Do you understand how to use exercise to improve your digestion? Here's a simple massage you could do, right? So I'm taking everything that I could possibly offer them about how to help their digestive illness and putting it all together into my big back end, okay? And so in this case, the back end is roughly 4 times the price of the front end, okay? Now, in this funnel also, if I walked you through the whole thing, the next page is a second upsell to group coaching. And then I could even have a third upsell that takes them to private client kind of training. Hey, you can get on group coaching and, you know, we all talk once a week, or you could be a private client. And then you have my undivided attention, like once a week for X amount of, you know, minutes, hours, whatever you want to do there. So there's ways to then tease out and parse out more offerings on the back end. So you don't have to have one back end. You could have one back end. Everybody should have multiple back ends. That's where the money is. That's where the profit is. But getting the front end correct is really what I want you to get from these 2 videos. Okay. So to just review what we've talked about in the first 2 videos, I'm describing to you the front end, back end flywheel. This is the essence. This is the lifeblood of any successful business, whether it's an info marketing business, whether it's an e-com business, whether you're doing coaching and consulting. It almost doesn't matter what it is. What you want is a front end that allows you to liquidate your ad spend. So if I want to spend, if I can spend $500 a day acquiring customers, but I'm making $500 on the front end sales, well, all those people eventually are going to see my back end, and I know that that back end is converting at 20% or whatever it is, and I'm making a certain amount of profit. Let's get more people in the door, right? Let's get more people on the front end. That's the goal, and that's the flywheel. So the front end needs to be minimum viable solution that you can give somebody quickly that they would pay you for, which takes a little bit of thinking, right? It takes a little bit of thinking, and it's probably going to take some testing. We actually nailed this acid reflux info product right out of the gate. It just worked like gangbusters the very first time we tested it. And so we haven't really done much to it. And part of that was just my own expertise, having worked with a lot of patients. But it doesn't mean that you can't figure this process out. I love helping people with this. So if you want to nail down your front end, and then once we have the front end and we know that we can liquidate your ad spend and that we're adding people to your list, and now we have a conversation going with them through email, through short videos like this one that I'm doing. Now we're going to put together a back end that's really going to knock their socks off and like really blow people away with how expert you are at your given topic. And now the back end is where the real money is getting made. So, you know, if you took on average, like whatever your front end is, like let's multiply that between 4 and 20 times the price. Now you're looking at serious money coming in. Now, when you're making serious money on the back end, we can expand the front end traffic channels to different platforms. We're running ads on Google. Now let's run ads on Instagram, Facebook, what have you, where we can really test because the different ad platforms obviously do have different kind of criteria that they're looking for. I mean, you can't say the same thing in Google that you can say in Facebook and vice versa. You're not going to do your ads the same way, or you're not going to run the same kind of thing on, say, Twitter, as you would do on Facebook, right? For example, you have to understand how the different traffic ad platforms work, and different traffic sources are going to have to be spoken to in a different way. But in the end, once you're making enough money on the back end, now you can really step on the gas, really grow the list quickly, really acquire customers at essentially no cost, right? And then be adding to your back end profit in a really major way. This is how you become free. This is how you really set up the business and the life that you want. So that's the front end, back end. I'm going to come back. I'm going to talk about other various aspects of this and all the other pieces that go into creating the front end, back end flywheel in the next videos. Okay, thanks very much.